Guys, let's face facts. Everybody's portfolio is different. They're like snowflakes. But I also don't know if you can be a snowflake and be into crypto, but that's a different conversation. The point is, there's 5 coins possibly that you must have in your portfolio. Today, we're gonna show you what those are and tell you why you gotta own these coins. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is predictably Ben. That's who I am. Today, we're gonna be talking about top 4 or 5 coins that you need in your crypto portfolio. Now, I wanna stress this. Number 1, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm way smarter than your financial advisor, and I have way more money, but I'm not one, believe it or not. So the point here is, everything we're saying, research this stuff. These picks today I'm gonna give you, I personally feel like I'm investing in all of them, and I personally feel like these are pretty safe coins to add to your portfolio or any crypto portfolio. Now, you may notice we have our own portfolios that we show. You're gonna watch that video either sometime around now. But the point is that we don't have all these coins in each one of our portfolios because we're just trying to use an example of different levels. In our corporate portfolio, we own every single one of these, no questions. And down the road, we're gonna start showing you our corporate portfolio. We're trying to get it, we wanna get it to a certain place before we start showing it. Because we lost a lot of altcoins on Celsius. So here we go, guys, and this is gonna be a shocker. It's gonna be a shocker. Who would have thought that the number 1 coin I'm going to list is Bitcoin? No, it's not Bitcoin, it's XRP. Come on, guys, be for real. You think I'm gonna put Bitcoin at number 1? Not a chance. XRP is the number 1 coin I feel like you should put in your portfolio. Why? Guys, the Ripple case is for all intents and purposes over. The SEC is on the mat. If the SEC comes back and appeals and wins, it's straight up corruption, and we all need to leave America. There's no question about it. So we have bigger problems if they come back after XRP. This is going to be your first regulated crypto. Your first regulated crypto is freaking XRP. The last bull run, it got suppressed. It would have hit all-time highs easily. They delisted it from exchanges. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, all these XRP influencers told me that when the case is over, we were gonna make millions of dollars and XRP was going to the moon. I've never said that. I've always told you the price of XRP was gonna 2 to 3x after the lawsuit, but the power is in the bull run. Why? There's not enough attention in crypto right now to send XRP to the moon by itself. We need other coins, we need Bitcoin to start moving. Then XRP is gonna get the advantage of having all the liquidity for all the exchanges it got relisted on, plus being the first regulated crypto. I believe firmly XRP is the number 1 coin of this bull run. Number 2, we are going to go with Polygon. And you always have to say this, always have to say Polygon/Matic. Now you may be wondering why they don't use Poly as their ticker. Well, number 1, I keep hearing all kinds of things about this girl Polly on Twitter. I don't know who she is or what she does, but that's a reason to stay away from it. But that's not why they did it. Why did they do it? Because Poly is already the ticker of another project called Polymath. Ask TJ about Polymath. It's the number 1 coin that he lost money on in the 2017 bull run. We all thought Polymath was gonna be legit. So it was a big legit project at one point, which is why they used Matic still for the ticker. But what is it? It's a layer 2 to Ethereum. This means the transactions are gonna be done faster. Guys, Polygon's the new Chainlink. Now I like Chainlink, I think Chainlink's good. I think Chainlink could easily go on this list, but we're gonna leave it off today. If I probably did 6, Chainlink would probably be number 6 right now. Or maybe BNB. I'm not too sexy on BNB, but I love Binance. But the point here is that Polygon is the leader in the clubhouse when it comes to partnerships, media attention. When I say it's like Chainlink, they make partners with everybody. Polygon's got huge partnerships, and layer 2s, I believe, are going to be one of the biggest niches, if not the biggest niche, in the next bull run. So in my opinion, I believe you got to have Matic in that portfolio. Number 3, number 3 here, we're going to say ETH. Now, ETH. Here's the thing, guys. You're not gonna get as big a return on ETH, I believe, as you are on XRP or some of these other coins, okay? You're just not gonna get it. Why? The market cap is already so high. The market cap is already, I don't know, I think it's like $200 billion, $150 billion, somewhere around there. I'm just guessing. Somebody popped a real number on the screen. But it's relatively close. But because of the merge, the supply of Ethereum is going down. It's no longer going up. What is this gonna do? This is going to allow institutional investors to begin looking at Ethereum like it's digital gold. What else do we know is digital gold? Bitcoin. Why is it like digital gold? Now it's scarce. The supply is going down. The tokenomics for Ethereum for the foreseeable future is even better than Bitcoin. Plus, we use Ethereum for everything. You've got to have Ethereum to trade stuff. All the top coins pretty much, the big investment funds are putting money into are ERC20s. Now, what is the merge? The merge is proof of stake. It's not proof of work. Now, an easy way to make money is to work. Think about it. You go to your job, you get paid. An even better and easier way to make money is to go play on Stake, because Stake is a great sponsor of ours. Now, don't lose all your money there, but how easy is it to click a few buttons and either lose all your money or win it? There you go. That's all you got to do. Stake, of course, obviously our #1 sponsor. We love Stake. They're what allows me to come and do these videos without having to say, coin number 4, S coin 779,000 on CoinMarketCap, because they paid me. I don't have to do that. Why? Because we like Stake. All right, so let's go with number 4. What is the number 4? This is another coin that I believe is going to be getting minimum 20x returns from where it is right now in this bull run. But once again, I don't think you're going to get as many returns from Cardano, from ADA, as you are from XRP, or maybe even Polygon. Maybe in line with Polygon, but you're still going to probably get bigger gains in ETH. If Cardano 20x's, it's going to $6. It already hit 3 in the last bull run. If Ethereum 20x's, you're looking at $40,000. Like, probably not per coin. It could happen, but I think that's a safer bet, a $6 ADA. XRP, who knows? I think we're probably looking at $15. I don't know how high we're looking for XRP. It could go very, very, very high in my opinion. You know, somewhere in the 12, 15, 20, maybe $25 range where I believe it's gonna go. But with Cardano, in a lot of these picks, what are we looking at? We're looking at safe gainers. These coins are not going anywhere. They're going to be around. They're big coins with recognizable faces. And so I think for somebody building a big portfolio, that's what you want to do. Now, if you want to have the safest of all coins. Now, look, I'm going to put Bitcoin at number 5. And you may be sitting here saying, why is Bitcoin a maybe? Like, do you like Bitcoin? Do you love Bitcoin? I love Bitcoin. We own a lot of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's how I got into crypto. I mean, when I got into crypto, it was only Bitcoin, but that's another story. The point is, this maybe, it's up to you. It's up to you and where you're at. Guys, if you have $1,000 to put into crypto and you're wanting to make money, like you're wanting to take that $1,000 and turn it into 20 grand. 20K is a lot of money for a lot of you guys. I understand that. It was a lot of money for me for almost all my life. But you're not gonna turn a Bitcoin, you're not gonna turn $1,000 in Bitcoin into $20,000. Why? That would mean the price of Bitcoin would be $600,000. Now, is it possible? Down the road, yes. In this cycle, is it possible? I'm gonna say no. I think there is potential in the craziest, bullish, wildest scenario, 300, 400, 500K, but that's probably not happening. We're looking closer in the $125,000 to $175,000 range, maybe $200,000 at the tops, maybe $105,000 at the bottom. We're not talking 500K Bitcoin. So what this means is, how are you gonna get enough money to get to a Bitcoin if you're only starting with $1,000? Because that $1,000 will never turn into a whole Bitcoin if you have it in Bitcoin. You use altcoins to gain against Bitcoin to eventually get yourself a Bitcoin. Now, what are the numbers? When should you think about adding Bitcoin to your portfolio, okay? The most I believe you ever want your Bitcoin portfolio or your Bitcoin percentage in your portfolio, unless you're a maximalist, to be, I believe in your portfolio, to me, I personally like 30% to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, these are not the principles we use on the portfolio video because we're doing those for demonstration purposes. But in our work portfolio, that's generally where we stick. Bitcoin and ETH, I should probably write ETH so it doesn't look so bad. Bitcoin and ETH about 30%. I'm also okay if you guys want to take 50% of your portfolio and put into those. A lot of people tell you those are good numbers, okay? But let's just say the minimum here. The minimum, if you're not a Bitcoin maximalist, the minimum that you want, or the maximum that you would want, would be 50% of your portfolio to be Bitcoin. So that means the other 50% is altcoins, okay? If you can get 50% of your portfolio in Bitcoin by trading altcoins into that, that's a good thing. But you still need the altcoins in your portfolio to trade. I believe the minimum that you want of Bitcoin is 0.25 BTC. So that would mean, to put this in real numbers for you guys, okay, we're gonna talk about where the numbers are right now. If you have $15,000 in Bitcoin, okay, then that means the most you want to diversify this portfolio between Bitcoin and this, you would want to say, or not the most, but the least, you would want to say for alts, you also need 15K. And some people, they want to get to a Bitcoin and sit on one Bitcoin and they're good, okay? Now, these are based on the price of Bitcoin, $30,000 right now. That's what it's based. I'm not saying you actually need to have 15K of both. It's wherever you're at. But a minimum of 0.25 Bitcoin, which would be right now about $7,500. So if you had $15,000 total, you could put 7.5 thousand in Bitcoin and you could put 7.5 thousand in altcoins, okay? That's the minimum you want to be operating on, in my opinion, to have Bitcoin in your portfolio. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.